Hey, I'm Miss Cookie.
And I'm Steve.
And you're listening to JAG, the podcast of the Jenkintown Arts Garage, episode number 137.
Where we explore the intersection of the arts and technology. And what are we talking about this week, Chrissy?
We're going to talk a little bit about AI. Again.
Yes, we're revisiting a topic that we discussed almost a year ago now. And since then, we've been using it a bit, right? And we've been exploring a little bit, and some new products have come on the market, some new scary dystopian possibilities. So I think it's a pretty good time to revisit, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So what initiated this whole thing?
So you and I were talking the other day, and we're like, oh, what are we going to talk about on the podcast this week? We could do something with just the two of us. And then we were talking about technology things, and it just so happened that I was, doing some mindless Facebook scrolling, and I saw this image. Yes, this image of Brooklyn Bridge in New York City. And as some of you may know, it was recently Chinese New Year, and I actually am a big fan of the Chinese New Year celebrations. And I was like, oh man, that is so amazing. Look what they did in front of the Brooklyn Bridge. Next year, I'm totally going to New York City for Chinese New Year. And then I found out it was fake.
You thought that was real at first?
Yes, I did. Why? Would you automatically think it was, you're like quickly rolling through and you're like, oh yeah, that's.
How do you know this is how do you know this is an AI generated image though?
That's what the comment said.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Could have been just regular CGI stuff, but yeah. I mean, this is, given the size of the image and the angle and everything. Yeah, I guess I could see why, if you just had a glance, especially on social media, you would think this is real.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. I mean,
it's not implausible that someone could put together big
display in front of the bridge. Yeah. I felt like that was plausible.
Yeah, and that's kind of
it's a little extra big. That's what made it so cool, though. You know what I mean?
Or it could just be the angle you're at. Yeah, but that's kind of what makes the AI topic a perennial one, because it's getting better at outputting these images. And now we'll talk about a little bit about the video that just video model that just got released by OpenAI. And it's increasingly hard, not that it was easy before, but it's even harder now to believe what you can see with your eyes on any kind of digital media.
Yeah, it's a little, well, I was just disappointed more than anything else in this scenario. But I mean,
you really wanted those to be
I really wanted to go see that. I was like, oh, that would be a fun day trip, Yeah, there's some other thing in New York City that I looked up and was also fake. I can't remember what it was. It was some other thing where it was like some New York City landmark with extra stuff that made it like super cool looking. And it was fake as well. I was also disappointed. That was a few weeks ago. Maybe it was around the holidays or something. Like, I don't remember, but.
Well, how do you, you've been using some of these tools though since the last time we spoke about this.
Yeah, I use a few of them, not a lot. I mean obviously I think you do it way more than I do, but I do use a few of them, and I actually find a few of them useful. I use mostly the stuff that'll make like copy, like text.
What do you
copy
use?
Yeah, like if I need a description for something. And it just kind of helps you like put a few sentences together, and then you can go back and make it better or modify it. But they have it in Canva. Like if you have a blurb of text, you can like highlight it, and then it'll be like more whimsical, more, I forget what the other choices are, but
is it called like magic text or something?
Magic text or magic write or something like that. And that one I actually like. There was some blurb I had to write for something that I just didn't feel like spending a whole bunch of time writing sentences. So I wrote like 3. Well, you know what I mean? Like I just didn't feel like doing it or finding clever words or whatever, I don't know. So I wrote like 3 very boring sentences, and then use the magic right to do it. But usually I take it and then I'll like adapt it after it gives me the choices. Usually there's always something weird in them. You know what I mean? Something that makes no sense. So.
I've used in Canva as well the text to image generation, which I think uses OpenAI in the background.
I have not had any success with that. You have, but I have not.
I mean, it took some effort. It's helped me make some thumbnails in the past where I needed some particular weird image, like the one we made a while back about that alien movie on Hulu.
Yeah,
part of that image, I wanted like a flying saucer over a house and an alien, and then I slapped it together. But the house with the UFO and the alien image, they're generated from that, and they look fine. I mean, it's kind of what I was looking for. It took a bunch of tries though, and you have to keep manipulating the prompt, and you only have so many like essentially tokens to use. So I actually run out.
What's the token thing? Because with the text, you don't have that. I don't think.
Well, there's definitely a limit. Like there's always a limit. So if Canva is just reselling, as it were, OpenAI's APIs cost money, and I think they do it with tokens, but they cost money. So you have like a limited amount of tries. Like I hit the limit, a daily limit that Canva apparently has for the image generation when I was trying to do something else. If you just do it too many times, it'll be like, oh, you've hit your limit, because if it must cost them money every time they do it. And the text should be similar, but it's probably cheaper because the image generation is. And what we're going to try out some of this stuff, some image generation, maybe some text generation. We'll try it out.
I had no luck with that. I tried that, and I have a feeling it's just what I was telling it.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna try it with later on in the episode with Copilot, which is Microsoft Copilot, which used to be called Bing. Whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, I've used it before, but we can try out the latest iteration of it because I think it gives you access to one of the more advanced OpenAI models. That's the company that makes it's like the premier company right now.
Is Bing?
No, it's OpenAI. So OpenAI makes the foundational model, and then Microsoft is a big investor, and Microsoft integrates it in their like Bing search engine, and then they kind of extracted it into branded it as Copilot. It's a little confusing, I guess, because GitHub has a Copilot, which is for code generation. Microsoft also owns GitHub, so I think that's why they're kind of making everything that's based on the OpenAI generative stuff branded as Copilot. It's a branding thing. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So I haven't had much luck with the image thing. I did go through I was looking for a website template, and they had an AI thing that was actually somewhat helpful. But it
what had a website? Wix did?
Wix had one.
Okay, that's cool. What was that like?
It was like what is your business? What does it do? What kind of services do you have? How would you describe, what are some helpful words to describe it? And, and that actually was, and then it gave you a template based on that.
Well, what was in the template? Because I mean, we've had templates for a long time, and you could say like,
what was in the template? It wasn't that different than if you just typed in yoga template. It says,
Did it generate any kind of text or something? What
it did. It generated some it would put in a description.
Okay.
Or an about us page. It filled your name into the places, like your, business name into certain places. So that part, it was actually kind of helpful because then you have to go through and type everything.
And so they were branding it as an AI thing?
Yes.
All right. So it's probably using some LLM stuff to generate some of the copy.
Yeah. And you could now you could swap it. It would give you on this menu on the side. It'd be like, do you prefer this version or this version? And you could be you could choose. It'd be which copy.
So
Facebook has it too now, though.
Facebook? What do they have?
In their ads.
Oh, that's neat. They have a website.
That actually is neat. It's would you like to update your copy with AI?
Facebook has. They also have their own image generation thing. Maybe we can play with that too.
I don't see. I have only really had much success with the
I think I have to log in though, so I'm gonna have to do
text
that.
and copy things. But I did find the ad one useful. I mean, it always says something stupid, like in the mix of things. That's what has been my experience.
Oh no,
It's like 75% good.
I'm sorry. Maybe we won't be trying out the Meta one right now because it wants me to create like a Meta account, which is different than a Facebook account. Whatever.
It is.
But I didn't know they had a text one too, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Like everybody's integrating these into their products, these tools. Even Apple is going to do it come like the summertime. Well, for most people, it'll be probably September, October, when the operating systems come out. But in June, the expectation is that there's going to be a whole bunch of AI stuff coming to iOS, Mac OS, Vision OS, iPad OS, TV OS, maybe, who knows? All the OSs. And in the iPhone. And there's also a rumor that the next iPhone version will have special hardware to facilitate doing this stuff on your device. Because most of this, the way this stuff works now, it has to go out to a big server farm, like a whole bunch of computers. And they it's very expensive. And it's not, and it means you have to send your information, your prompt, your data, whatever you're processing to some server somewhere, which of course is not always something you'd want to do. And Apple is very big on privacy, so I think they're going to focus on trying to make as much as possible work on your phone, which would be pretty cool. What if you could do some of this stuff on your iPhone next year? Like you could maybe generate an image with some text. You could just like maybe you could take your logo and be like, I need my JDA logo, but I need it like formatted with a theme of Valentine's Day or something. Maybe it could make a little card.
That'd be
I don't
cool.
know.
Can you do that? Yeah, pull up your little thing.
My little thing. What little thing?
Yeah, your thing.
My thing? What do you want me to pull up?
The thing that generates things.
Oh, you already want to try Copilot?
Well, now that's a good idea.
Okay,
I didn't know you could make my logo look like things. It's probably going to be really stupid.
I think you actually can upload it, or you can give it a link or something. So these have different. I'll bring this up. They have different.
Wait, do you need an account to use these things?
Usually to some degree.
I think that's why I never did it. I was like, that's too much work.
I don't know about uploading something but there are systems you can upload. So here's like the main Copilot site. It's branded Your Everyday AI Companion. I like the little text here. It says Copilot uses AI. Check for mistakes. But
true.
This is the one I've had the most familiarity with because I already had a Microsoft account. So whatever.
Do I have a Microsoft account?
Maybe. But did you ever make one?
Where would you make said account?
Like on Microsoft's website or Outlook or?
Oh.
I needed it for something a long time ago. So anyway, I have a Microsoft account. And if you log in, you can do image generation.
Outlook.
Well, you can make one. It's free. It's just like making a Google Gmail account. Same thing. So it has 3 different options here. So in order to use like the Copilot one, which is using in the background ChatGPT, I believe. So it has more creative, more balanced, and more precise. I believe if you choose a more creative, this is slower, and I think this is the one that definitely uses the latest or one of the later versions of OpenAI stuff. So we're going to try that one. So I don't know if you can upload with this one. In the regular ChatGPT interface, I believe there's a workflow for doing that. And if you look at the new model for video, Sora, which is not publicly available yet from OpenAI, that one allows you to upload a video and change it. But let's see what happens here. We have a new topic. So we can ask it anything. Oh, we can add an image. If I had an image. Do I have an image somewhere we can add?
I don't know. Do you? I'm sure you know.
I would need to download your image. Well, let's just start with generating something. What do you want to generate?
I don't know.
Anything. Just anything. Just give me something.
Fine. A black cat running through a happy field.
A happy field. Okay, let's see what comes.
This one's for Amelia.
Let's see if it comes up. See, it takes a little while. It says, the Copilot responds, that sounds like a lovely image. I'll try to create that for you, and a little cat emoji. Meanwhile, and that gives you a little factoid, you might be interested to know that black cats have been associated with various superstitions and folklore throughout history. Some cultures consider them to be lucky, while others view them as unlucky or even evil. In some places, black cats are considered a symbol of Halloween and witchcraft. Blah, 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 blah. Do you like black cats? Whatever, man. Generate my image. I don't know what this is. What is, this is, oh, it generated a movie. That's, and it's actually of a black cat going across a football field. It has it might even have sound. Should we see if it has,
so weird.
Should we see if it has sound?
Sure.
Okay, let's see what this says. It says, let's see. Oh, it went to a YouTube? It just went, well, that's just a YouTube video. So I don't even know if it worked right. I think you broke it already. How did you do that?
I break all things. It's amazing.
Well, let's try again. Sometimes these things don't quite work right. This one gave me like a search result. I think sometimes, so that's weird. So usually we'll try to generate image. Let's try this again. Generate an image of a black cat running through a happy field. Let's see if it'll work this time. It's not always perfect. There we go. Now we got it. Sometimes you got to be more really specific. It got confused and gave us a YouTube video of a black cat running through a football field. Now it's generating. It has this like cool effect. It's going to give you 4 different images. So you have like a limited number of context window. Oh, here we go. So because it doesn't know what style, so it gave us these 4 different styles. So I got like this. Apparently you could do other stuff with it when you have it. So you have this crazy style here.
Okay.
They added a bunch of features to this thing. I don't know what it's. Oh, this is using DALL-E 3. This one. Which one do you like?
Could I see bottom left?
Okay, let's see bottom left. And they're not huge, but here we go. Here's bottom left. It looks kind of like Mace.
That's weird. What's the next one? It does look like Mace.
Here we go. We're just looking at the pictures here on air. If you're watching, I don't know. That's like a little flower field. That's kind of interesting. Now you can
we'll take the Mace one for the.
Well, we can try again. We could be like, we can try to add to this.
Okay, so now, all right. So more importantly, like, oh, this is fun. What do you do with this thing? Like, what do people do with these funny images of black cats running through happy fields?
Well,
besides sending them to their child.
Is this one you want?
No, the other one.
What do they do with them? Well, anything you need to generate images for. I mean, in this case, we can. I don't know what it does when it's copying it, but
they all have that look to them.
What's that look?
I don't know what that look is. That like fake look.
The fake look.
You know what I'm talking about? They do have a look.
That's
why I was confused by the dragons. It didn't look quite as fake.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, but you can change it to make it like hyper realistic or something, or you can make it look like an anime or whatever. So make the cat look like an anime character. Let's see if that works. So you're in this context window, as it were. So you can kind of have a conversation, quote unquote, go back and forth for a little while, and it'll take into account what you already asked and what was already generated, and it'll try to update everything, And that's where this whole idea of prompt engineering comes in, where people try to come up with what kind of text they need to feed into the system to get kind of what they want as the output. So in this case, I'm asking it to make a black cat running through a happy field in an anime style. So there you go. Now we have this. Actually, this
it looks like Sailor Moon.
Well, yeah, this is kind of my thing about all this stuff is that it's basically copying styles and stuff that were in the source material that was used to make the model. It's not like a creative thing in itself. It's just an automation tool, and it kind of
understand that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying it for the audience. So so like you can get images that are very uncannily close to the images that were in the source material. This is and it just puts something out like this is how many anime cats are probably in the database that went into this, like a gazillion. So it's pretty good at making anime looking cats. Even made one with a little girl running in the field with the anime cat.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So you can do that kind of stuff. What would you do with it? Well, we can do a new topic. I wish I had your logo readily available.
You want my logo?
Yeah, maybe we can see what happens if I upload it.
Hopefully I don't hopefully I don't hang up on you, Steve.
I can try to download it.
I have.
But anyway, the point is the Copilot's a good place to go play around because you just need a free Microsoft account to be able to generate the images, I think. And you can also ask it to generate text.
Oh.
You can tell it to search for stuff. And the advantage here is that Copilot or Bing, it'll give you links to sources. You can help you to double check the accuracy, which is why I find it more useful than a lot of other tools. It's not so useful. I've used it a little bit for code generation too, actually, because it's convenient, but it's not really easy to integrate into my workflow.
I know where I have it. Hold on.
Okay. Well, while Chrissy's looking for that, I want to talk a little bit about this.
This is
Sora.
This is the full logo.
The full logo.
I texted it to you.
Oh, goody. Trying to do all these things. Oh, this logo.
Why, you want a different one?
No, it's fine. I thought you were
Yes, it doesn't matter for our fake example here.
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot. We'll give it another shot here.
Oh, so what can I help you with? Oh, nope. I hit the wrong button.
I'm uploading the photo and then we're gonna.
So we're gonna see if it does anything interesting, because I actually have a lot of success with Canva with messing around with my logo.
Oh yeah, what is this thing called? I can't even find it.
My logo?
Now that I downloaded it,
it's called logo.
Like I downloaded it, it's just where to put it.
I have that problem all the time. Can never find anything.
I don't. Yeah, it's actually very annoying. I think it's because Apple likes to put things in different locations. Okay, I think I found it. Here we go. As soon as I get back to my window. So many windows. It's hard to manage everything at once. I need like someone to just come on the podcast and just do all the management. Okay, so I'm going to upload. I think you can give it a link too. Something. So I'm going to upload from my desktop logo. Okay, so now I have it in here, and let's see what happens. So I got it uploaded here. So now what do you want me to do with it? Let's see what we can do with it.
Make it Valentine's themed.
Let me see. Let's see. Try make an image using this uploaded logo in a Valentine's theme, or I don't know. I don't know what to say. I've never done this before. How about we try update this image with a Valentine's Day theme? I have no idea if that's going to work. Let's see. It says analyzing the image, privacy blur hides faces from Copilot. So that's actually convenient for privacy. So if you upload a picture of a person, it will blur the face. So the face doesn't become part of the data set, I guess.
Oh.
You know?
Nice.
So the more responsible companies are trying to integrate these technologies in a way that is useful and not, completely dystopian. It says it's done analyzing, but sometimes it can take a while for this. You see, it's really slow to get back. I'll try to create that. Oh, look, it also found a bunch of links. It found downstudiopro.com. I don't know why it found I guess it found your I guess it looked up Jenkintown Dance Arts because that was in the name, text was in the logo, and it found like your website and stuff. Or like Facebook, it probably found you on Facebook. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Those are something.
Wow, that did not do what we thought it was going to do.
No, oh God, look. Jenkintown at the bottom there.
This is my favorite one, Jenkins. So one thing you'll notice that a lot of these text doesn't work really well with these models often.
Oh my God, Jenkintown.
Jenkintown Dance Arts.
And actually, that if you had to choose from those terrible logos, that would be the best looking one, other than the fact that it says Jenkintown.
I mean, we didn't give it much context, so.
Wait, hold on. I want to see these all very carefully. Okay. I like the flying horse.
Oh, the flying horse, not this one. This one looks like...
look, this one is Jenkintown. What does that say at the top?
It says Jenkiny Entwin.
And wait, there's two T's in arts.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
again,
look, is this one spelled correctly at least?
text. This is why I was like,
God, dance with 2 C's.
this is why I thought you were going to give me the round one, like not any text. Text doesn't work well with these apparently.
Okay,
Like right
I
now.
will find you a different one. Wow, that one's special too.
And then this last one
oh
here.
God, look at why can't it read letters? Jenkintown.
Well, this is Dolly 3. So some of these models can output text better than others, but in general, text has been a problem.
That was actually kind of fun.
Yeah. So you can do all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it is fun. And now you can do that kind of stuff with video too. Do you want to try another logo?
Yeah, 1 second.
Before we move on to Sora?
One. You just want the circle, right?
Yeah, let's give me a circle one. Maybe it'll do a better job if it doesn't get distracted by text.
Okay, hold on. I got it. Give me a second. I'm doing this, looking up the files on my phone, so I don't.
You were telling me that the school or the kids use this too to some degree. Use something.
Pretty much just as like almost like Safari type thing.
Like searching for things.
Yes. I forget what one of my kids the other day needed to find out what some historical speech was, and I think she like put in there like
in what though?
Dude, if I knew, I would tell you.
Because these things are not accurate. You can't reliably use it for that.
Like it was like, what did blah blah blah's inaugural speech say? So I mean, she basically used it as a Google.
Yeah, but
Maybe
how did
it was Google?
But
I'm not sure.
Well, it was Google. But I mean, if it was one of these LLMs, you have to verify the output because you can't take any, especially something like quotes.
No, it wasn't like she wasn't using it for research though. It was to like put like she had to make these slides, and that they were like goofy, cartoony slides, and like oh God, I wish I could remember what.
You're explaining this really well.
No, I'm not. Like there was a historical person, and they had like a text bubble, and so she like put it into the
right.
What are these things called again? AI, right? She put into the AI. What did blah 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 speech say? Just to like.
But what I'm saying is you can't trust the output like that. You can't just be like, what did this person say, and then assume that what you get back is accurate. That's what I'm saying. How do you verify? You have to verify.
I don't know. But she didn't like, she just used it as like, it was like he was pro. I can't.
Well, which one of these logos did you like anyway?
I just sent you a circle.
No. Which one of these ones we already generated was your favorite?
Which one of the weird logos that we generated?
So I can put it on I can save it and we'll put it on the webpage so people can see it.
Oh, can I see the bottom right then?
Oh, geez. There you go. That one.
It's a toss up between that one and the Jenkintown. I can't go. You can't beat the Jenkintown.
Which one's Jenkintown? Oh, the Jenkintown.
The heart one.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's gorge.
Well, saving that to show notes. Okay, so you sent me another logo, so we're gonna try this again. Everybody watching, I know you sent me a PDF. I needed an image.
Oh, shnikes!
I mean,
you can't use that.
Not without converting it.
Okay.
I think.
I was gonna say then I have to go back and see what else I have.
This is why we should really prepare more for this because we're not gonna like.
Well, you did not tell me to prepare different shapes of my logo into different.
I thought
formats.
you would just have the image. Like it's weird that you have a PDF anyway.
I do somewhere, but I'm doing this on my phone from the files
Oh goodness!
tab.
Hold on a second.
So I don't.
Well, why don't you talk about anything? Is there anything else that you've used this for that you can?
That I use it for? I tried to use it, and these are coming out better now. Okay, no. So here's my question. Wait, go back.
Well, I was trying to. Okay.
Oh, you can't go back.
No, I can go back. I'm trying to set things up.
Can you edit the thing it gives you?
Can I edit it? You can do stuff to it apparently in this new. I mean, you can download and do whatever you want, but I mean, in here apparently we can do stuff with it because this is a new interface.
Like, fix the spelling?
I don't know. I have no idea.
See, because that's like not very helpful if I can't fix Jenkintown.
Well, I mean, I don't think we can just like put text in.
See, this is why Canva is actually better.
Well, you're using it for something with text is not the best idea. You could use it instead. You could remove the text and then type it in yourself. Well, you know, you can use pieces of this.
All right. Well, let's see if you're correct when you get that other logo-y thing up. It still has letters in it.
Okay, I have to. I have to make it into something. I have to like export or whatever into a PNG. So give me a second. In the meantime, why don't you like do something entertaining for the people listening?
I thought this was entertaining.
Maybe it is, but it's like it's hard for me to do two things at once. Okay, I think this.
You can do it, Steve.
This will work. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Talk and make PNGs.
I can. You know, I once did. I once did a little shortcut on my phone to do that. Make PDFs in the PNGs. This is
really
because it's actually like built into your iPhone. You can do it, but it's not like accessible.
No one would know that. Like, why doesn't Apple tell you anything?
You know, I ask that all the time. Like, they make it kind of hard to find things sometimes. Okay, so let's upload this image from this device. Trying this again. I got JDA Circle. Let's see if this works. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one more time. What do you want to do? What do you want me to do with this? It still has words in it, so it's probably going to screw that up, but let's see.
Do the same thing and see what it does now.
Make this logo image have a Valentine's Day theme. Let's see if this works. Analyzing the image. So now we wait. So one of the things about this is you do got to wait. There's a lot of waiting going on unless you pay money for the more advanced access to these tools. Even then, there can be waiting. There's tools where you have to go into Discord. Which one is that one?
That stupid chat thing?
Yeah. But there's other interfaces to this. There's some that you can download. There's models you can download, run on your Mac, and then there's like little interfaces or command lines or GUIs you can mess with to just kind of iterate through these. And so this is just the easiest way of doing it. So look at this.
Wait, why did it put Jenkintown in there still?
Well, let's try a. It could be because the context already had that in there. So let's try from scratch. I'm going to create a new topic, and then I'm going to upload this image again.
Ooh, let's make it black cat friendly.
Okay, what do you want me to do? This is brand new image. Let's try this again. What do you want me to do?
I don't know how you say that.
What, black cat friendly? I mean, I don't know. Modify this image to include
black cats.
To include black cats. Okay. Let's see if that does anything. So now it's doing it, and we'll see. I don't know what it's gonna do. Hopefully, it won't just say Jenkintown again. It really wants to say Jenkintown for some reason. You never know. You never know. Now, this of course is just the easiest possible tool to use. And so it has like low friction. That's why I like to just start there. But it's certainly not a tool that really integrates well with your workflow, you know. Oh, look at it. It says my history now says image modification with black cats. It's trying to create it. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got. An image similar to one described by described image, blah, blah, blah. So like it's a little bit of leakage there of the code. What? Yeah, whoa. I don't know. I don't know what that is. What is that? That's nothing at all like similar to what we uploaded.
Okay, that one. See?
Which one of these should we save and put on the website?
Top right.
The black and white one?
Yeah.
I mean,
how is that remotely related to the logo?
It's not. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Other than it has circles in it. Is that how it relates?
I guess. I don't know. Who knows? This is my point. These things, like using text to image generation, is very imprecise. So it's often
the Jenkintown was definitely better than that.
Now, yeah, there are other tools I've used where you start with an image and then you ask it to do things to it, and then you can do this iterative thing, and it works a little better than this. But it's hard. It's not a straightforward kind of tool, because what it's doing is it's I don't know what kind of data structure it's creating when it analyzes the image, but it's got to go in and it's kind of taking your text and then exploring this basically a bunch of numbers that are actually encoding the data that was used to so-called train it, that was used as input for it. So like all the examples of logos and black cats and all this other stuff that's in there, and then it kind of finds the things that are statistically related to each other based on the text you put in, to be really, really, really hand wavy about it. And so you never know exactly what you're going to get. It's basically impossible to get the exact same thing out, every time. So
So I only really have one other question if you can answer it. So say you I almost wish there was like a back button or something. Like when I was doing the thing on Wix, I was like, oh, that was cool. And then I could not recreate it and I hadn't saved it. And I was like,
yeah, you can't recreate things. That's the thing.
I was this is so annoying because I swear I'm saying the same words.
Well, that's what I mean. Even the exact same phrase will not generate the exact same output.
Yeah.
Look, it even gives you some suggestions though on Copilot. Can you add a witch to the image? Let's do it.
Why?
I don't know. Because we said black cat, and black cat is associated with a lot of data in its model. Has witches, because black cats are very often written about or shown in imagery with witches. Right? It's very common with like witch iconography. So therefore, the system's like, oh, maybe you want a witch.
I think
it's not intelligent. Yeah, it's not intelligent. People, there seems to be a contingent of people that really want to believe that computers are somehow intelligent or can be made intelligent, and these people are wrong. And this is a really sophisticated automation tool.
Oh, that's at least pretty.
Which one?
Bottom right, I think. It's hard. One? I'm leaning deep into the computer here, and it's still hard for me to see.
Yeah, well, they're not real big.
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
Nice.
Yeah,
if you wanted a Halloween image,
we'll keep this one. We'll copy this one. Yeah, I mean, so it can make things that are interesting.
Well, I mean, what else do you? What else do you use it for, Steve? Nothing. Something. Anything. What do you do with it? Anything?
I have used it a little bit for source code generation. A little bit. Let's see if it works. So like, if I want to know, let's see something like. How do I now? I know how to do this, but say you were learning Swift, and you want to do like, how do I display an image in a Swift UI view? Let's see if this works. Show me the code.
Show me the code.
I don't know if I need to do that, but I haven't used this in a while. So now it's going to be this. Now it's giving me some description that says display an image in Swift UI. You need to use the image view, provide the name, the image of the string. So, and there we go. So Swift, the actual code just says image and then the name logo in there. And then it gives you links to more information. That's pretty good. But that's not a very good one. How about generate, let's see if this works. I don't know if some Swift data models for a simple to-do list app. Let's see if that does it. That's like a very common tutorial, so it should have data in its... Well, it might not have Swift data models. Let's see if it knows anything about Swift data, because that's relatively new, but so let's see if the model got updated. So it's not right. It's already wrong. It's not using model. It's not actually marking them as models, but so I mean, it generated code, but not very good code. So maybe it's because it doesn't know anything about that. So let's try one more time to generate some useful code. Generate a simple HTTP client in Swift that uses async await. Let's see if that works. One possibility. So here we go. So now it's building some kind of boilerplatey code that you would do. Like here's HTTP response client. So I've used it for some kinds of questions like this, where you're like, how do you do this maybe? And it's kind of like using Google, or it's kind of like using Stack Overflow, which is a website where you would ask questions and developers would give answers, and you could search for them for those answers. And now you can use this kind of thing, which also, so here's some source code, This is technically, something. I mean, it's not that much, but, you could also be like, how do I use a URL session? How do I, create a custom URL session? Let's see if, so you can kind of query it to help you understand how to write code. But here's the thing. It's like, you can't trust anything it gives you. You have to actually understand and check it, because sometimes it'll just use API calls that don't exist, these tools. In this case, I think this is right. At least one version of it. So this is useful. And this one, at least Microsoft's integration here gives you links to documentation and stuff. So you can also use the GitHub Copilot, which doesn't integrate with Xcode, which is what I'm usually in for Apple stuff. But if you're using other kinds of development, like especially web development, you can have it kind of integrated into your editor. So when you're typing code, it can give you, like, you can talk to it, you can ask it questions, you can have it generate snippets of code for you. And that's that can be useful. I know some people that do that. So that's the other thing I would use it. I use it for a little bit of this.
It's a
kind of code
jumping
iteration.
off point.
Yeah, it's not it's not going to make the whole thing. How could it possibly make exactly what you're looking for? Especially something like source code, where source code has to be 100% correct or it won't work. Like, it has to be syntactically correct or it won't compile, and then it has to be like more or less correct logically, or it won't actually do what you want it to do. So you can have bugs. That's where bugs come from, where it's not 100%. It's like syntactically correct, but it's not 100% logically correct. So sometimes it does things unexpectedly. That would be like a bug. So when you get code from one of these things, you really, really have to be careful and don't just blindly copy and paste. But that's the same with any kind of code. And now, though, I wanted before we end this, I did want to load up real quick the newest thing in town, which is this: creating video from text. And this is brand new from OpenAI. It's not readily available for people, but there's been they have some examples here. So here is like an example of this. It can generate 1-minute clips based on text. So this one, the text was put in was: a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots, and carries a black purse. She wears sunglasses and red lipstick. She walks confidently and casually. The street is damp and reflective, creating a mirror effect of the colorful lights. Many pedestrians walk about. So that's an example of a somewhat detailed prompt. And then this thing generated this. Now, a lot of people are losing their minds about this. I mean, I look at this and I'm like, okay, that's obviously computer generated. But a lot of people, especially if you see it real small or something on your timeline, people will think, oh, that's so photorealistic. That's so cool. And it is impressive in its own way, but there's a lot of problems with it when you start looking at it for more than a second. But, it is pretty cool that you can do this now. Like, it's able to put together video somewhat coherently. I mean, look at that weird guy in the back. Look at that. I don't even know what that is. Everything's like weirdly off. And, this is like, I don't know if any of this text is right either, but that's like one example of it. They have other ones. So they have like, here's a prompt of like a little guy inside of like a snow globe or something. A glass
See, that's
sphere.
kind of interesting because it's not trying to be real.
Yeah, exactly. They have a whole bunch of these in here. 24-year-old woman, a brown eye. So again, I can tell this is CGI, but if you're looking at this real small, you might not. And that's good CGI, and it's generated way faster than traditional CGI would be. Like elephants in not even elephants, woolly mammoths in snow. So what these tools are probably going to be most useful for is creating B-roll, because if you can just create B-roll and these are all these. Look at this one. So this one's meant to be a movie trailer featuring and then this one is Big Sur waves, and that's pretty good looking for CGI. Like, especially if you're not looking at it closely and you don't know what it actually looks like in real life. I don't know how close this is to the real Big Sur, but it looks pretty realistic. And then this is like animated scene featuring close up of some short fluffy monster and like a candle. Now that one, again, I think these tools work best when they're not trying to pretend like to create real life images, because this is particular, useful, looking CGI. Like, it's a CGI character, but it's fine. If you can generate stuff like this, I mean, yeah, you could totally use that for animated film production or short films or commercials or whatever. Depends on how well you can stitch all the stuff together. Make multiple scenes and all. Underwater stuff. I mean, and there's just so many examples in here. Here, you know what they're going to happen. YouTube is going to be, once this thing becomes more public, YouTube is going to be flooded with this kind of random junk You know,
Yep.
there's already videos that just hold kids' attention with random images. Now you just be able to generate them in mass. So that's kind of the downside. Look at all these like random looking things. Like, I don't know what that is. That's a petri dish, a bamboo forest growing in it. That's crazy.
And red foxes.
So here though is another example of there's a camera following behind this thing, which is interesting. I don't know if it's on here. I saw someone who took, I think, an existing image. This one you could tell is that goofy looking face. That's not a human face. With the cat. What's neat about this one is the cat does seem to touch the face, which is actually kind of hard. Someone took one of these. Oh, look, there's your dragon again.
Yes.
So someone took, I think, see, here's a mistake. I think someone did I think it was really as a video of a car and driving and was able to modify it. So here's like a historical footage concept. Watch one of these horses disappear over here in the middle. Ready? I think it's going to disappear in a second. Or something. One of these is going to disappear. I don't know. But it's you can see like little errors in here if you look closely enough. But you can make stock footage. It'd be cool. But I saw someone who took like a car, and I think it was an actual filmed car, and then changed the environment around it, which was really cool. Let me see if I can find that while you're... So, I mean, these things are kind of impressive in one sense, and in another sense, yeah, they're just really cool. You know, they're really cool automation tools that professionals are going to be able to use really well. See if I can find this red car thing. I don't know if I can. I don't know if this so easy to find this thing. Okay, well, maybe not. That's okay.
I believe you, Steve.
Yeah, there was something,
there
but
was a red car.
But I think it was a red car.
But it did something.
What was useful about it was if you could take video you've made, okay, yourself, and then modify it with one of these tools. That's what we were trying to do with the images, and it wasn't working very well with Copilot. That doesn't mean you can't do that. We were just using the simple tool, and we weren't very sophisticated with it. But if you can take stuff that you produced, you know, more traditionally, and then modify it, that can save you a lot of time and money. And for someone like me, I'm interested in these tools because I don't have that artistic ability or time, or, you know, to learn it all and to be able to be an expert in Photoshop and all these other apps and learn to do it. But if I can take something more rudimentary that I make and then make it like more in line with my vision, then I think that could be useful. The question, of course, with all this stuff, with the generation of images and text and videos, I mean, how much is this? Is this like a copyright problem? Is this stealing people's content? Like, this is really an open debate right now. There are a lot of artists very upset because you can often find the source material that was used by the program, by the model. You can often find what looks like the source material that went into that. Like, they're very similar. The output is very similar to the input, and so people have said this constitutes copyright infringement, and then other people say it's not like copyright infringement, and it is being it's going to be adjudicated in the courts. I think it's going to come down on the side of it not being copyright infringement, just because it's such a useful tool. Whether or not that's the right decision, I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion on it at the moment because I haven't really thought about it too much in great detail, and I'm not a legal expert, obviously. But the issue is, though, if you're in certain fields, if you're making content, it's like, do you want your content to be used in these tools? Because they only work because we collectively put just petabytes and petabytes of data on the internet publicly, and then it all got swept up into big databases and used to build these models. So all the text that we wrote, the images we created, movies we published on YouTube or wherever, like, this stuff got pulled and used for and processed. And, you know, some people don't like that, and totally understandable why they wouldn't like that. You put a lot of work into something, and someone can just, especially artists, because you can go into some of these, especially the ones that are not, like, don't have a lot of guardrails around them. You can say, I want to make something in the style of somebody else. You can just completely copy someone's artistic style. I mean, it's not, and depending on what it is, it can be believable, or not. And so you can misrepresent stuff. And it all just goes back to the same original problem we started with, where I think we were thinking like, you couldn't tell that image originally was real or fake. You thought it was real at first. And now, and this is only going to get more of a problem. Now it's not just images, it's text, and it's also increasingly videos. What can we can't be sure of any of this stuff if we see it on the internet that it's real. And so it's a huge problem, because there's also, you look at the statistics, and people just do not believe and trust institutions anymore. And I think for good reason, but that's a whole other discussion. But for whatever reason, people do not trust the media, like the big networks. They don't trust the government, government spokespeople. They don't trust big companies. There's so little trust now in any kind of institution that I don't know what to do about it. That's the thing I think is really scary about all this. That this technology is very useful and it's great for people that are using it appropriately, but people can use it inappropriately, and we're just going to all have to figure out how to be more cautious. I think it's just, even more than we already have been. Don't trust the output. Don't trust your stuff you find on the internet without much more verification.
I say that all the time. Don't trust the internet.
Well, that's because we come from a time when we remember the internet being new, or the web being new, and that was like very obvious that you wouldn't trust things that people just publish up there.
Tell my kids that all the time.
Well, yeah,
Don't trust anything you hear on the internet.
Well, this is why I fear that, I feel like, especially with kids, like I don't know how are you gonna teach them to, because there's not even a consistent way of doing it. At least with like Wikipedia, that was the thing when I was going into college. They were saying Wikipedia, and people were trying to use that, and I think people actually use that for a source now, which is terrible in my opinion, because Wikipedia is not a good source of anything. It's super biased. It's useful, but I wouldn't use it for like a paper. I'd find the original source that they link to. But I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to teach kids to distinguish this stuff. Like you have to. It's just so easy to use these tools and be lazy.
It's true.
So I don't know. It's going to be a problem we're all going to be grappling with. Educators, parents, workplaces, everything. There's policies are being written today. Courts are adjudicating cases. It's just it's a transitional period. It's going to be crazy in the next few years. And now, of course, it's a presidential election year, so great timing with all this stuff, right? It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year. So
fun times.
Yeah, fun times. But you know what? To leave it on a positive note, these tools are cool. Check them out. Check out like Copilot. That's my recommendation. It's very easy to use Microsoft Copilot to start with. And Wix has stuff built in if you use that for web. And of course, Canva. A lot of people use Canva. Canva's tools, I think, work really well for helping you make stuff. And I would say play around with these because they have utility. And then if you're more advanced, Adobe has stuff built into Photoshop, which is really cool. And there are other tools. And then that doesn't even get into the fact there's like tools that can help you edit your videos for you. There's just it's cool. The automation tools we're getting now, and like last year and this year, and we're getting into the future, really do seem somewhat game changing for workflows, especially right now. So I think that's cool. Okay, so I think Chrissy, what time is it?
It's time to wrap it up, Steve.
It is time to wrap it up. So if you liked this episode of the pod, please like it and subscribe to us on YouTube at Jenkintown Arts Garage, or Instagram at Jenkintown Arts Garage, or the Facebook at Jenkintown Arts Garage. Make sure you ring that bell if you're on if you're on YouTube, because all these signals help the algorithm. So please share it, like it, subscribe. You can also currently get our back catalog of audio podcasts at jcast.show. Our main website is jenkintownartsgarage.com, where you can find the video episodes, and eventually you'll find everything there at jenkintownartsgarage.com. So just go there, and you can start there for everything. And if you'd like to donate some funds to help us keep this project going, jenkintownartsgarage.com/coffee will take you to a buy me a coffee website where you can just send us a few bucks, and we would appreciate it. So, okay, I think it's been a good episode, Chrissy.
Yeah. Anyway, we did good job, Steve, talking about fake and the real together.
Fake and the real together. I guess we'll
Awesome.
I guess until next time.
All right. See you later.
Don't believe what you see on the internet.
Yeah, trust nothing on the internet.
Trust no one. The X-Files is right.
We're learning to break the ice.